Okay, so question 2 we're going to look at now. And we can see we have two right angle triangles. I'm thinking it's going to be traditional trigonometry. So I'm going to just quickly note down my SOHCAHTOA. I'm then going to have a look at the question, and I'm going to see it's giving me what I know. And it says angle ADB. ADB is the same as CBD. And they're both right angles, so that's fine. Calculate CD, which is this one here. So this is ultimately what we want to find. I'm going to call this one X. But if we try and calculate this one, we do not have this side and we don't have this side. We do have this angle if we want it, but we don't have this side or this side. So we can't calculate this value here. What we would need to do is find this dotted line here. So we're going to find BD first. Now the best way to actually set this out is to actually write what you're going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is write down find BD. To find BD, because I have both of these two sides, I'm going to use Pythagoras' theorem. And as this is the larger side, I know that 16 squared must equal 12 squared. And let's call this y plus y squared. And if I rearrange that, I know that 16 squared minus 12 squared equals y squared. Let's use the calculator at this stage here. 16 squared plus 12 squared equals, and I know I'm going to have to square root this. Now, have a look at what I've done on the calculator. I've got a value of 400, and if I square root 400, I'm going to get 20. That'll be the largest side. I've done something wrong. At this point, I hope you can see, I should go back and correct this and make that a minus. And I will end up with 112. So y squared is 112. Therefore y is the square root of my answer, 112. And that equals 4 root 7. And I'm actually going to write it in as 4 root 7. Because we want it to be as accurate as possible. So I now know the value of y. I know the value of the angle, and I want to find the value of x. I'm going to write in here 4 root 7 there. I'm going to label this as the opposite side. I'm going to label this as the hypotenuse. So again, you should see we are going to use sine. Sine 40 equals opposite, which is 4 root 7, divided by x. We have x as a denominator. That's a problem to us, so we're going to multiply it. We're going to divide by the sine 40. So we're going to end up with x equals 4 root 7 divided by the sine of 40. Now, if you've already left on your calculator 4 root 7 there, all we have to do is press divided by the sine of 40, and we should get the answer. We want it to 3 significant figures, so we want x to be 16.5. Now there's absolutely no reason why you wouldn't write here, at this point here somewhere, what the full answer on your calculator is. 16.46423, and then round it to 3 significant figures. And that doubly guarantees that you're going to pick up some marks somewhere. This question is a 5-mark question. And you do it by finding some Pythagoras' theorem and then basic trigonometry. A well worth doing question.